Hello and welcome to this edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm your host, Adrian Atkinson. It's the first Tuesday in the month of February. Let's hope you are off to a great start. Coming up in today's show, we'll be shaking things up with schools in St. Elizabeth as part of ODPEM's continued efforts to create earthquake awareness. There's more on the way, so keep watching.
In the event of an earthquake, it's important to know how to protect yourself no matter where you are. Whether you're driving or using a wheelchair, being prepared can make all the difference.
If you're driving, you don't go driving under your overpass, you don't go driving over a bridge because those can be interrupted, especially if you're having a major event. Persons using wheelchair, you lock those in place. You normally lock the wheels in place and you do the similar crouching to try to protect the most vital part of your body, which is your head.
Remember, safety is always a priority. Be prepared, stay informed, and protect yourself in times of need.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, February 4, 2025. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness says the government is prepared to receive all its hardworking citizens who have been in the United States or any other country they may have gone for economic benefits. Dr. Holness's statement comes against the background of changes in the U.S. immigration policy, which has resulted in the deportation of undocumented persons. The Prime Minister says the government for some time now has been planning and putting measures in place to address such changes. He says Jamaica has always been a net supplier of talent to the world, and those with talents who may be returning could help to build our country.
There are many Jamaicans now who are feeling uncertain in the United States and who are considering returning on their own to avoid the indignity of being deported. And we welcome you back to Jamaica. We want your talent. We want your resources. There are many opportunities in Jamaica that together we can take advantage of and build the country that we would want.
The Prime Minister was speaking on Friday at a new social housing program handover ceremony in St. James. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness is issuing a stern warning to Jamaicans who will be returning to the island with criminal intentions.
Let me be clear to you that this is not the Jamaica that you left 10 or 20 years ago. It is not the JCF that you left 10 or 20 years ago. You will either meet a judge or your maker if you come back to Jamaica and violate our laws and create havoc. We want all our Jamaicans to always feel that they have somewhere to come back to and call home and be well received.
According to Dr. Holness, the decline in major crimes being experienced has been a long and hard sacrifice of the country, and the government will not tolerate criminals coming back to undermine or reverse this achievement.
Come back with a good heart and a good mind. Come back willing to work. Come back with your resources. You will be able to make life here. But don't come back here to undermine and destroy what we have built. The government is already planning in terms of putting in place new measures, enhanced security measures to address those who we know have a criminal past or who have been interdicted in the United States, convicted in the United States, and are being returned after serving their criminal penalties there. And we will ensure that they are appropriately monitored here and that they are not in any way contributing to an increase in our crime or murder rate.
In other news, Energy Minister Darrell Vaz has lauded Petrojam for its multi-billion-dollar fuel supply agreement with Pariah Fuel Trading Company in Trinidad and Tobago. The $90 million or 14 billion Jamaican dollar agreement, which took effect on February 1, saw the state-owned refinery company exporting its first shipment of 50,000 barrels of oil. Minister Vaz says this is a significant step towards strengthening regional energy security and economic cooperation within CARICOM. Under the agreement, Petrojam will supply nearly 1 million barrels of very low sulfur and high sulfur fuel oil to Trinidad and Tobago. Projections for the monthly export range between 60,000 and 90,000 barrels, primarily to support the country's maritime refueling operations. Minister Vaz says the deal not only enhances trade between Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago, but also aligns with CARICOM's vision for regional sustainability and economic resilience. The export deal is expected to strengthen ties between the two nations while positioning Jamaica as a key supplier in the Caribbean energy market. The Ministry of National Security is set to host its first Cybersmart conference on February 11 and 12 in Kingston under the theme, Stay Safe in Cyberspace. The two-day event will bring together 300 local, regional and international stakeholders to address the growing challenges of cyber threats and strengthen Jamaica's cyber resilience. Senior Policy Director within the ministry, Trezana Gordon, says the conference will take a multi-stakeholder approach. It aims to foster collaboration and knowledge sharing among the government, private sector, academia, and cybersecurity experts.
When we narrowed it down, we looked at four main areas, and the four main areas that we're looking at for this two-day conference is cybercrime, cybersecurity, emerging technologies, and the financial sector, especially because of what's happening in that sector when it comes to the digital space.
Local speakers will be drawn from the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency MOCA, the Jamaica Defense Force, and the Office of the Prime Minister to outline the impending draft of the Cybersecurity Act. There will be speakers from CARICOM Impacts, the Organization of American States, OAS, and Google Cloud, among others.
So we intend to have a very fruitful 2 days discussion with the different partners, and at the end of those 2 days, I hope that there will be a stronger network of individuals and entities across the cyber ecosystem, both in Jamaica and across the region, that will help to strengthen what already exists and bridge the gap wherever those are.
Ms. Gordon was speaking at a recent JIS think tank. Registration for the Cybersmart conference is now open at mnscybersmartexpo.com. And finally, the Ministry of Health and Wellness says it continues to provide access to cancer care for more than 500 patients through the Oncology Hematology Unit at the Mandeville Regional Hospital. Portfolio Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says the facility, which was built in 2023, is part of efforts to improve access and services that meet the demand for cancer treatment.
In keeping with our 10-year strategic plan, we have been taking measures to expand on the offerings, both from a screening perspective but also from a treatment perspective.
Minister Tufton was touring the facility last Thursday. The unit also specializes in treatment and care management of blood-related disorders. Services include bone marrow aspirations, biopsies, blood transfusion, pain management for prostate cancer, and multiple myeloma. Meanwhile, the Oncology Hematology Unit was gifted with the donation of a microscope to assist with the diagnosis of blood cancers and other benign conditions. This is courtesy of Mrs. Beverly Henry, a cancer survivor, and the Carnegie Foundation, named after her mother.
Hematology is one of the subspecialties that's offered here at Mandeville Regional Hospital. And when we're diagnosing blood cancers especially, and even other benign conditions, the microscope, reading of the blood film, is extremely important as one of the diagnostic techniques. So I'd like to thank you so much. You are helping to save lives.
And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
Jamaica's population is aging rapidly. Over 350,000 or 13.2% of Jamaicans are senior citizens. These individuals deserve our care and respect. Very often, our senior citizens are neglected, disregarded, and disrespected. It's time to act. A special select committee of the Senate is reviewing a motion proposing the creation of an Elderly Care and Protection Act to better safeguard the rights and dignity of our senior citizens. We invite you to share your suggestions and recommendations about what should be included in this act. Send your submission in writing to Clerk to the Houses, Gordon House, 81 Duke Street, Kingston, or email clark@japarliament.gov.jm. The deadline for submissions is February 15, 2025. Let's work together to protect and create a more inclusive and supportive Jamaica for our senior citizens.
There's always a need to raise awareness about natural disasters, particularly earthquakes, which can strike at any moment. That's why ADPEM and other government agencies continue to emphasize earthquake safety and disaster preparedness. Take a look at one such awareness event held at schools in St. Elizabeth.
What if there's a crack in the playfield and one of us falls in? Should we tell the teacher or try to help them out?
That question is one of the reasons the St. Elizabeth Municipal Corporation, along with ADPEM and the Jamaica Fire Brigade, conducted earthquake drills in some schools in the parish as part of an ongoing effort to raise earthquake awareness and ensure preparedness. Students and staff were drilled on safety protocols, aiming to enhance their ability to respond effectively in the event of a real earthquake.
If you are on the outside or in an open area and you realize that there is a crack in the earth, all you have to do is to remove yourself from that location and take cover elsewhere.
Disaster coordinator at the St. Elizabeth Municipal Corporation, Ornella Lewis, emphasized the importance of these exercises in fostering a culture of preparedness and minimizing risks.
We try to encourage the students and also the staff, visitors who come by, that earthquake preparedness is something that is paramount, and also encourage them that earthquakes happen right throughout the year. We also want to encourage them that earthquakes are always a threat to us here in Jamaica based on our geographical location.
So you're outside and you hear earthquake, the alarm goes off, you duck, you cover and you hold, and you use your hand to kind of block your face. If someone is missing, you tell the teacher that someone is missing, right? You never try to return to the building to find that person.
Earthquake! Okay, give her a clap for me. Very, very good. Right, so you should stay under there a little longer, right? Until you hear the second alarm.
The students' response was commendable in that we have an infant department and see the younger students responding the way they did. That was commendable on their part. There are always areas in which we can strive to improve.
We would have had some mishaps while we were doing our drill, and so we will take into consideration all that was shared with us, and going forward we will ensure with the assistance of the Guidance Council that we practice so that we become perfect at what we do.
Every term we do different simulation exercises. So today we would have showcased what we would have been practicing over the term, last term leading up to this term. So I'm extremely pleased.
At the end of the drill, students gave their take on what they learned.
I learned how to evacuate from the bathroom.
There's an earthquake is happened. First thing you do is you duck
and go under a decks and hold your head.
And then you will look for until you hear another alarm, and then you will line up and come to the assembly point.
Skip and play. Come, let me take you down to the past.
Alright, first I go sit. Alright, need some leaf put in that wax now. I don't know about who you know, but this is my favorite childhood game.
It was an electrifying showdown at the National Indoor Sports Centre as Jamaica's Sunshine Girls faced off against South Africa. Let's relive the adrenaline-pumping moments in this edition of Sports Spotlight.
Teamwork, dedication and precision. That's what it came to as Jamaica's Sunshine Girls took to the court for an exciting 3-day test series against South Africa at the National Indoor Sports Centre. The goal? To win the Margaret Beckford Sunshine Series. Having ended 2024 at number 3 on the World Netball Global Ranking, the Sunshine Girls were more than ready to unleash, going head-to-head with South Africa in a thrilling series that started on Wednesday, January 18. And at the end of day 1, the scoreboard recorded victory. On day 2, January 22, the support for the team was incredible, as the Jamaicans turned out to witness another thrilling match that would solidify the fate of the Sunshine Girls. And as much was demanded from them, they delivered, leaving no stones unturned as they secured another win. Defender Latanya Wilson stole the show, earning MVP honors for that game.
I looked behind of me and in front of me and I said, guys, we need to get one and we work together as a unit. I'll be selfish to say it's only me here on court, but I think it was a defense unit and it was an all-in-one, a team unit as well.
The girls have been a good cohesion. They have been mentally tough. They have showed resilience in terms of their preparation and in terms of their competition. Still more room for growth because it's an early season in our journey. It's our second test and the fact that they have won back-to-back is quite impressive.
Well, obviously we're very happy, that Jamaica win. We didn't expect anything less, the Sunshine Girls, them shining tonight, and I'm very happy. I know it's actually my first time watching a game, so I'm very, very happy about the game.
Well, from the performances that I have seen, not just now, but with the other matches that have been played, very soon we will be ranking number 1 or at least number 2. So I'm very proud of the girls. I'm very proud of what they're doing. And most importantly, I'm proud of the sport administrators. They have done an amazing job in the organization of the sport, in bringing more attention to the sport, and in the resurgence of the sport in Jamaica.
Having secured a 55-47 day 1 and a 59-47 day 2 wins, the Margaret Beckford Sunshine Series trophy was already in the bag. So it was a confident team that entered the court on day 3, already knowing that they were champions. And so it started. With every pass, score, and defensive move, the Sunshine Girls displayed their strength and skill against the worthy team South Africa. And after an intense match, the score 58-47 sealed a clean 3-0 series triumph over South Africa. Goal shooter Shimona Jock was named Player of the Series, while captain and goalkeeper Shamera Sterling Humphrey was named Player of the Match for her defensive performance.
It's a great opportunity to be the Player of the Series. It just goes to show how the teamwork, being at the end to be able to deliver them is a great opportunity, because we all did our jobs out there, so it could have gone to either one of us, which I'll be greatly celebrated either way.
A proud Minister of Sports, Olivia Grange, was on hand to congratulate the team.
We expected to win the series because we never fall short. I really want to congratulate them. I want to congratulate Netball Jamaica for doing such an excellent job. And I am certainly looking forward to give as much support as I can to the youth team who will be competing later this year.
Congratulations to the Sunshine Girls. What a great performance by them. We really enjoyed every single moment in South Africa. The crowd was great. We've learned a lot.
The Sunshine Girls have once again proven why they remain one of the top netball teams in the world. With great teamwork, passion and skills, they have certainly made their mark.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Rousseau. I am one half of a sister team. This is my sister Michelle. We're lots of things. We're restaurateurs, we have been caterers, we've been in the food business for the past 20-something years.
Our father was also a hotelier and in the restaurant business, so we grew up in a functioning, operating restaurant just because we were around that environment a lot. And we perceive ourselves not as chefs, but as sort of translators and storytellers of the lifestyle.
I think food is a source of unity and connectivity, because I think everyone can kind of go, oh, over something delicious. Whether you're from Japan, Italy, or Jamaica, you can find commonality in the experience of something delicious.
I think the magic of Jamaica is really sort of intertwined with the cuisine and the personality of the people and the music and the sort of the vibrant energy that you get. And yet that's completely and perfectly married in the cuisine, because the cuisine is a melange of traditional foods inherited from slavery and colonial days. It's fun, it's vibrant, it's energetic, and it really marries very well with the lifestyle that we have here.
I think food is celebration, it's coming together, it's sharing, and I think very much in the Caribbean, it is very typical for families to gather, friends to gather, to celebrate over a meal. Caribbean culture and Jamaican culture is a culture of community and of celebration of life, even in hardship and even in hard times. And so I think all of those things just offer another kind of perspective. It's a unique way of living and a unique way of being.
Creating a vision board is a powerful way to visualize your goals and turn your dreams into reality. Let's look at how you can start your journey to success with a vision board.
A mood board, ambition board, journey board, vision, or whatever you want to call it, is used to provide inspiration and motivation. They serve as reminders that you need to keep pushing and are quite helpful and very effective, especially for persons who struggle with procrastination. Co-founder of Mind Food International, Natasha Wright, has been vision boarding and conducting seminars for over 10 years, and she explains some of the things that should be considered before starting the vision boarding journey.
Vision is actually a mental picture of moving humanity forward. And so what we call vision boarding may not be in its truest sense, because vision, it encompasses helping other people. The vision board should look how you want it to look, but remember that we are human beings, so we do have that spiritual aspect, our physical aspect, our career, our family, so you want to have your finances. So you want to make sure that you have a little area or a slot on your board for these different areas of life. And so what you want to do is to find pictures, or you can use affirmation. You can find words, whether from the newspaper, magazine, it doesn't matter. Print them off, a quote, something that really represents who you want to be or what you want to attain, right? And you use those and you put them up there. Now, I like to tell people, it makes no sense you put something up there that you cannot emotionally connect to. Because if it means nothing, so for example, I'm not a car enthusiast. I'm not enthusiast. I'm not. That's just not me. So for me to put up a really nice car, yeah, I see it, I like it, but I mean, it really has to be something that I want. You need to make sure it's placed strategically. You cannot have a vision board and hide the vision board behind your fridge. Nobody's going to see that. It needs to be in that area that you must see it. I had a mentee, she did one after we had a discussion. She said she actually saw me talking about it on a program, and she said she placed it where she would rest her car keys when she got in from work. And when she's picking up the keys to leave the following morning, that's what she would see. Some persons, they put it in their bedroom, close to where the bed is, as soon as they get up. Well, there is no perfect time to do your vision boarding. You, more than anyone else, knows the mistakes, knows the things that you need to work on. I mean, naturally people would say you just use cartridge paper, use some kind of cardboard, or something that is durable enough for you to paste it, right? So you could put it on normal paper and paste it, but you wouldn't want it to deteriorate. Your vision board can be a screensaver. You can create a collage on your phone. Just remember, while you're putting up the nice pictures of the house and the car and the wonderful vacation, remember as well that there needs to be something on there that is going to touch other people's life in a more sustainable and positive way.
If you haven't created your vision board, take some time to start now. And remember that it must be holistic, covering every aspect of your life. Happy vision boarding!
And that's it for today's edition of Jamaica Magazine. Remember, success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. You have to let your failures teach you. Do join us again tomorrow for another informative show. Remember, in the meantime, to visit our website, gis.gov.jm, for more news you can use. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Stay safe.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.